Hello everyone, my name is RetroWire3, bringing you another video review on LEGO Dimensions, set number 71228, with 115 pieces, the LEGO Dimensions Ghostbusters level pack, which comes with one minifig, and without further ado, let's get into it. So here we have the figure of Peter Venkman, but I want to show you his toy tag. It looks as such, with the Ghostbusters logo, PV, and then some detailing on each side. So that's a nice piece. And then you can see the actual Venkman minifig is a combination of the figures found in the Ghostbusters Firehouse HQ, as well as the LEGO Ideas Ecto-1. The torso and head are from the Ecto-1, while the arms and hair are from the Firehouse. So as you can see, he does have some nice torso printing on the front. This arm has a nice bit of shoulder pad, as well as the Ghostbusters logo printed on there. This arm just has a pocket and that bit of detailing, and he does have some back printing, but before I show you that, I want to show you this nice build for the Proton Pack, which has a nice printed piece. And you can disconnect the Proton Wand, and that can, of course, be held by the figure, but I'll take the Proton Pack off for now because you saw him holding it in the intro. This is what Venkman's alternate face looks like. And this is his back printing. With the first set of builds here, starting off, I'll show you the Ecto-1, which does look pretty good, I think. They got some nice curving to it. They have a nice Ghostbusters logo printed on the back. They got some nice exhaust going on. You have the fins. Bit unfortunate that they only were able to fit 2 wheels on there, but I mean, it makes sense with the scale of the model. Of course, this is LEGO, so the vehicle can be removed from its base and just rolled around. Although this one is a bit more difficult because, again, it does only have 2 wheels, so the back half of it is just relying on this slider plate. You have some nice detailing on the top. And overall, this is a pretty nice build. Just, I think it should be a bit longer like it is in-game. In the physical world, it should be longer like it is longer in the game. But overall, I think it looks pretty nice. Then on the other side here, you have the Ghost Trap, which is another pretty nice build, and I'll just take this off the base. And you can see that this is actually kind of 2 builds, because this whole thing isn't a ghost trap. This, in canon, is a ghost trap, and this is also the only thing that appears in the game when you summon in the ghost trap. This does look like a very nice version of the ghost trap, although, interestingly, it's actually upsized a bit, which is a bit different. Most of these Dimensions things are, of course, downsized. So it's a bit nice to see one that's the other way around. But then the rest of this section here is, I guess it's kind of supposed to represent like a containment unit. And I do like how it looks, but really this part of the build was mainly here just to give some extra pieces for rebuilds. So that is, and also, I guess, you can open and close the trap. So this is what it looks like closed, and then what I had it with and what it shows you in the instructions to put it like is like this, which would be it sucking up a ghost. So that is basically the first 2 set of builds, and now I will show you the Ecto-1 Blaster and the Ghost Stunning Trap. Here are the second of the 3 builds for each. First up here we have the Ecto-1 Blaster, which in-game will gain the water spray ability. You can see that it does have a nice design to it, with the Ghostbusters logo on the front. It has some, I guess these could be like mini blasters on the sides. These binoculars. On the back you have this design, and we have this big turret in here, but I mean, honestly, this almost looks like it could be like an Ecto-1 pickup truck, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting build. Pretty simplistic, though. And then here we have the Ghost Stun and Trap, which in-game can capture any enemies, not just ghosts. I don't really use it, though. But anyway, here you can see that there are a few printed pieces that I forgot to point out in the first build. You have this, you have this printed 2x2 radar dish in trans purple to represent like a vortex, as well as just this standard kind of dashboard piece. On each side, you have these pieces, which can fold in, but are meant to be out like this. And overall, just kind of another pretty simple build, but pretty cool. So now, we will go on to the Proton Zapper and the Ecto-1 Water Diver. So here you have the final builds for each vehicle, the Ecto-1 Water Diver and the Proton Zapper. So starting with the Ecto-1 Water Diver, you can see that this is actually the Ecto-1 taking the form of a submarine. And I think it's a pretty interesting build. I think it looks pretty nice. You have the periscope up on top. You have the wheels in the back being used as the engines, the propellers. And overall, just a pretty nice, simple, sleek build. And this time the Ghostbusters logo is in the front. Like on the second build. Anyway, and then here you have the Proton Zapper, which is the final rebuild of the Ghost Trap. And as you can see, it does have a pretty nice construction. You have, of course, and on the last, I continuously, in the first two builds of this, forgot to mention these nice printed 1x2 construction tape pieces. But anyway, and then again, this is a turret, and interestingly, this does actually capture ghosts. So I guess that if you use an extra toy tag you have, and put the ghost trap on that, and then had another toy tag with this on it, and I guess that technically you could have any character capturing ghosts. So anyway, now we'll go on to the final verdict. So, overall, I would rate this pack for everyone, well, no, actually, never mind. For younger kids, I would rate this set an 8, as, like all Dimension sets, there isn't really much to play with, but I am going to rate this a bit higher than some other Dimension sets than I would for younger kids, because here you do have some stuff to play with, like with the Ghost Trap. The figure here is definitely a bit more playable than some of the other ones that would stay a bit more static. As well as the leveling game is a lot more fun than a lot of the other level packs are. So yeah, for younger kids I would rate this an 8, and then for teenagers, young adults, and adults, all of them, I would rate this at a 9.5 out of 10, as I think that the level is the perfect length. Not long and drawn out and boring like the Doctor Who one, but also not far too short and fleeting like the Back to the Future one. I think that the level is the perfect length. Peter Venkman is fun to play with in the game, and so are the Ecto-1 and Ghost Trap. So thank you all so much for watching this review, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.